Junior Beginner. We have two main topics of today, which is basically data and statistics. So our first topic, as you may know, is data. And what is data? Data is basically a collection of measurements, numbers, or words that describe something. So here's an example. You guys go to grammatical. So data about a grammatical can include that it has 10 classes, each class has about 30 to 50 students, and that there are over 50 volunteers. So you now may wonder, how do I collect data? Well, there are two ways. First, we have direct observation. That is when we directly go to a grammatical or we go to their website to learn more about them. And then there's a survey, which is basically when you ask people like students or volunteers about a grammatical. The first one, direct observation, is direct. You're going straight to the source. The second one is when you're asking about it indirectly, about someone who may go there. Now we move on to our main and second topic of today, statistics. So you might be wondering, what is statistics? Well, statistics is basically the field of mathematics that uses data to help us make decisions. And to make these decisions, we have four main statistical tools. That includes range, mode, median, and mean. So now we move on to our first statistical tool of today, which is range. So what is range? Range is basically the set of values that the data falls between, or it can be the selection that you're offered. What do you need? To find range, all you need is the smallest value and the largest value in your data set. How do you find it? Basically, you subtract the smaller number from the larger number, and there you have range. What does this tell you? Well, the smaller the range, the closer together the values are. The larger the range, the farther apart the values. So if the range is small, your selection of items is small. If the range is big, you have a wide variety of selections that you can choose from. So let's try an example. We have this data set, 22, 35, 22, 50, 45, 22, 35, 47, 25, and 20. Well, let's try to find the range. So what do I need? I need the smallest and largest values in the data set. So in this data set, the smallest is 20 and the largest is 50. Okay, I have what I need. How do I find it? Well, I have to subtract the smaller number from the larger number. So let's do that. 50 minus 20 is equal to 30, meaning my range is 30. Now we move on to our second statistical tool, which is mode. What is mode? Mode is the number or value that appears most frequently in the data set. What do you need? You just need the data set. How do I find it? Well, you count the number of times each value appears. What does this tell you? Well, mode can tell you what value is most common, but individually, it really doesn't tell you much. So let's try an example. We have the same data set as before. Let's start off with 22. Let's count how many times it appears. There's 1, 2, 3 times. 35 appears 1, 2, 2 times. 22 we already did. 50 appears once. 45 appears once. 22 we already did. 35 we already did. 47 appears once, 25 appears once, and 20 appears once. So when we look at this, 22 appears 3 times, which is greater than 2 and 1, meaning that 22 is our mode. Now for our third statistical tool, which is median. Well, what is median? It's basically the middle value. What do you need? You need the data set in order. How do you find it? Well, you find the middle. If there are an odd number of values in a data set, then it's just the middle. But if there's an even number, there would be 2 numbers in the middle. So what you have to do then is you find the middle of those 2 by averaging them out. And what you do to average them is you add them together and you divide by 2. What does this tell you? Well, let's say you have an app, a game. If the median rating is really high, that means that app is doing really good. Like it's a really fun game. But if the median value is super low, that means that the game isn't really good. And you shouldn't get it. So people look at these things when they're trying to find a game. Or if they're buying something, they look at the ratings. They look at the median. They look at the mode. And they look at everything like that. So let's use the same data set as an example. So I put it in order. So 22 is 20, 22, 22, 22, 25, 35, 35, 45, 47, and 50. Well, let's start from the ends to find the middle. The middle is going to be cross off 20 and 50, and then 22, then 47, then 22 and 45, then 22 and 35, and you're left with 25 and 35. You add them together to get 60, divided by 2 to get 30. So the median for our data set is 30. And for our final thing of today, it is mean. Well, what is it? It's the average. What do you need? Well, what you need is the sum of the data set and the number of values in the data set. Well, how do you find it? You take the sum and divide it by the number of values in the data set. What does this tell you? Well, it tells you the price. Let's say we're looking at prices of ice cream. It would tell you what the price of ice cream would be if all the prices of ice cream is the same. So it's basically a more extreme version of mean. It's basically taking the median of everything. So let's try an example to clear things up. We have our same data set. So I already added this up for you, and I did it on a calculator because I'm a lazy child, and I got the sum is 323. Well, let's count how many total values there are. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 total values, meaning going back to this formula, we take the sum 323 divided by the number of values, 10, to get 32.3. Don't forget to subscribe and like. If you have any questions, you can email info@agoramatrical.org or comment below and we'll reply back. Maybe. And if you want to see practice things or anything about us, you can visit our website, which is basically the end of the email, but without the info and the end. So bye!